My friends, I got a weird mix of emotions today, and I will share them with you. My name is Howard Riell. The show is called Riell Truth. It's Thursday, unless everybody's been deceiving me. And yeah, I have a weird mix of emotions with our opening item. As you know, if you've been listening to the show, I have been a professional journalist for going on 39 years. God help me. And I take great pride in my profession, not just in my own performance, but journalists in general. It's a great tradition, serving as the fifth estate here in the United States. It's a sacred trust to inform people, to teach people, to instruct and lead people. And then I look at what my profession has become. I look at the garbage being spit out by so-called journalists, the big money journalists, the celebrity journalists, the ones on TV, the major media, and in the big newspapers, New York Times, Washington Post, blah, 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 blah. You know them as well as I do. They have backed away from the sacred obligation to inform the public honestly and objectively. And they've gone for the money. And they've gone for the ideology and the agenda. And they've gone for the big book deals. And it makes me sick. I'm sure it makes you sick also, but it makes me a little bit sicker because this is my profession they're wiping their feet on. Now, what brings this up is President Trump's highly anticipated 2017 Fake News Awards. During the next segment of the show, we're going to go through these awards. I'm going to show you all the ways that my colleagues have lied intentionally, falsified intentionally, spun intentionally, tried to bring down an honest, non-politician in the White House who wants to do the best for the American people because it's good for them. Screw America, it's good for them. They get to keep their phony baloney paycheck, and so they sabotage America. That's what makes me sick. So this is going to be a little bit of an emotional show for me, my friends. I'm embarrassed by what people, and not just any people, but the best paid people have done to my profession. It's Thursday, it's Riell Truth, and it's exactly what you're getting, Riell Truth. We'll be back.
Are you driving a vehicle with hail damage from summer storms, tired of waiting months to get your vehicle repaired? Dent Vision specializes in paintless dent and hail repair. And unlike traditional body shops, Dent Vision gets your vehicle back to you in days, not weeks. Insurance approved, top quality repairs with lifetime warranty. Call today for your immediate appointment. 970-541-0679. That's 970-541-0679, or look us up at dentvision.com.
Great Plains Power has been providing reliable electrical power systems in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant for your power needs. Solar energy can be scaled to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom catered capabilities is modest and emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to greatplainsolar.com.
All right, guys, let's kick this in the ass and get it moving, shall we? Okay. President Trump's 2017 Fake News Awards. Studies have shown that 90% of the media's coverage of President Trump is negative. Now, in a truly civilized country, a lot of these journalists or the people who run the networks would be brought up on charges of treason for intentionally falsifying information in order to bring down an administration. Leaking information, which causes national security issues. No journalists have yet been brought up on charges of treason. When I look at this horse's rectum named Acosta on CNN, it's too bad. Too bad it hasn't happened. Anyway, here are the winners of the 2017 Fake News Award. Number 1, New York Times' Paul Krugman claimed on the day of President Trump's historic landslide victory the economy would never recover. So, my friends, Paul Krugman is either a fool or a liar. Or, choice C, he's both. Number 2, ABC News' Brian Ross chokes and sends markets in a downward spiral with a false report. My friends, when we say sends markets into a downward spiral, there were hardworking men and women who lost valuable money, lost a lot of money because of that. Because a whore named Brian Ross decided his paycheck was more important than the truth and the welfare of the United States. 3, CNN falsely reported that candidate Donald Trump and his son Donald Trump Jr. had access to hacked documents from WikiLeaks. 4, Time magazine falsely reported President Trump removed a bust of Martin Luther King Jr. from the Oval Office. In fact, he had never removed it. 5, Washington Post falsely reported the president's massive sold-out rally in Pensacola, Florida was empty. Dishonest reporter showed picture of the empty arena hours before the crowd started pouring in. 6, CNN falsely edited a video to make it appear President Trump defiantly overfed fish during a visit with the Japanese Prime Minister. Japanese Prime Minister actually led the way with the feeding. Yes, my friends, it gets that absurd. Number 7, CNN again. CNN falsely reported about Anthony Scaramucci's meeting with a Russian, but retracted it due to a, quote, significant breakdown in the process, unquote. In other words, they got caught. Number 8, Newsweek falsely reported that Polish First Lady Agata Kornhauser-Duda did not shake President Trump's hand. She did. 9, CNN falsely reported former FBI Director James Comey would dispute President Trump's claim that he was told he's not under investigation. Excuse me. Number 10, the Holy New York Times falsely claimed on the front page that the Trump administration had hidden a climate report. My friends, I guess this goes hand in hand. It's not on the list, but I'll mention it anyway, with the Times quoting a whole bunch of women on its front page saying terrible things about Donald Trump, and then the next day those women coming out publicly on TV saying they never said those things. Number 11, last but not least, Russia collusion. Russian collusion is perhaps the greatest hoax perpetrated on the American people. There is no collusion. With the media having spent 90% of its time focused on negative coverage or outright fake news, the president has been getting results. The economy has created nearly 2 million jobs and gained over $8 trillion in wealth since the president's inauguration. African Americans and Hispanics are enjoying the lowest unemployment rate in recorded history. The president signed historic tax cuts and relief for hardworking Americans not seen since President Reagan. President Trump's plan to cut regulations has exceeded 2 out for every 1 in, and instead, 22 regulations have been cut for every new regulation added. My friends, this is mind-boggling. Makes you wonder what the hell Barack Obama was doing for 8 years, aside from playing golf. President Trump has unleashed an American energy boom by ending Obama-era regulations, approving the Keystone Pipeline, auctioning off millions of new acres for energy exploration, and opening up Anwar. ISIS is in retreat, having been crushed in Iraq and Syria. President Trump followed through on his promise to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of the State of Israel and instructed the State Department to begin to relocate the embassy. With President Trump's encouragement, more member nations are paying their fair share for the common defense in the NATO alliance. The president signed the Veterans Accountability and Whistleblower Protection Act to allow senior officials in the VA to fire failing employees and establish safeguards to protect whistleblowers. And number 10, President Trump kept his promise and appointed Associate Justice Neil Gorsuch to the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, my friends, the assorted liars, fakes, phonies in the major media, they're not reporting this stuff. I mean, these are the guys with the $1 million, $2 million, $3 million or more dollar contracts. They don't mind spitting in your face. Who the hell are you to think you're entitled to truth? That's what the folks at CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, ABC, NBC, CBS, MOUSE, that's what they all think, that they are better than you, that they don't owe you anything. Well, folks, stop watching those stations. Stop spending money on companies and products and services that advertise on those networks. Lots of places to get truth today. This show is one of them. Fox News is another one of them. Maybe I should spend the next segment talking about various places you can go for truth. I think maybe I won't, though. You probably know them by now. But know this. Anytime you turn on CNN, MSNBC, the people on the TV are laughing at you. They don't respect you. They don't need you. They're not going to cater to you. They're going to cater to their big fat salaries. And you and the rest of America can kiss off. We'll be right back.
And of his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 16.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution.
You leave the blocker plan and let's remind our students that the drug problem is about. You know our kids will be opposed to drug use. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who have had the strength to say no to drugs. They provide examples to their peers and families to be the best they can be. That's from Elizabeth Locker Plant, located at 366 Scrap Street in Elizabeth, serving our area since 1943 and specializing in naturalized HB and pork and complete custom process. Call 303-688-2240. That's 303-688-2240. Piccolo's Restaurant in Denver reminds us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play, and if you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's Restaurant in Denver. It's not only the best Italian and Mexican food, it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166. Piccolo.
All right, folks, welcome back. Howard Riell Truth. We're going to come back to the lying, disgusting, unpatriotic fake news media later in the show. Right now, let's go to Roger Stone on the Alex Jones Show. He says Trump is considering Condoleezza Rice for a national security advisor post. Very, very interesting. Here they are.
Roger Stone, my friend, let's go ahead and get into the big news you were telling me during the break.
Well, several things have happened, Alex. As you know, was in Washington on Monday and had an opportunity to talk to a number of resources inside the administration. You'll recall that the president was watching Fox and Friends when he saw Judge Andrew Napolitano make a compelling case against the reauthorization of the Surveillance Act by the Congress last week, essentially re-upping the Patriot Act and the broad surveillance put in place by the Bushes after 9/11, and correctly, as Trump said, used to spy on the Trump campaign, spy on the Republican candidate for president of the United States. The president put out a very strong plea that caused heads to explode at the NSA and in the Congress. General Kelly got Earl Ryan on the phone with the president, and they convinced him to reverse himself. Now, I learned yesterday that the president when they sent the message to Judge Napolitano that he agreed with him, but he felt his hands were tied.
easier. This is a day-by-day war.
My friends, of course we've got a problem with the video. Let's see. Let's see. I really want you to hear this because it's that important. All right, here we go. Here we go. Am I good or am I good?
Stocks. He ought to chew him out he ought to interrogate him about Fusion GPS and about, the Justice Department waiver he got to be involved with Russia, and interrogate him about Deputy Director McCabe and how he was involved fixing the fake info, and he ought to demand an apology out of his ass and videotape it. The only way he ought to have him in there is to march his ass in there in front of the carpet and chew his butt out.
I could not agree more. It would be a sight to see. As you know, the Trump Justice Department and the Trump Central Intelligence Agency are still trying to figure out how to arrest Julian Assange for the alleged crime of publishing classified documents. Yet Donald Trump's personal lawyers in the lawsuit against me and Donald Trump by Project Democracy are arguing.
Which, by the way, even liberal publications admit is beyond McCarthyism and admits to destroy free speech and complete made-up crap. Just insane asylum BS.
Absolutely true. But isn't it odd that the president's personal lawyers are arguing in one court that the publication by WikiLeaks violates no law, while his Justice Department and his CIA director are arguing that Assange should be detained and prosecuted? How's that one for inconsistency?
All right, we got to go to calls as promised, but let's just briefly, now go right back to calls, I promise. Here are the fake news awards, the People's Choice. Whether Trump shows up in an hour and a half or not, we're covering it all live here. That's the bottom line spread.
All right, folks, that's it for Roger Stone and Alex Jones. When we come back in the next segment, we're going to hear more about the fake news awards. In the meantime, let's sneak in some real news. Item from Bloomberg. U.S. filings for unemployment benefits plummeted to the lowest level in almost 45 years. In the sign that the job market will tighten further in 2018, Labor Department figures showed Thursday. Item from the Wall Street Journal. On the second day of the new year, President Donald Trump uncorked a remarkable string of 16 tweets directly from his personal account. In them, he criticized Pakistan, threatened to take American aid away from the Palestinians, claimed personal credit for a year without commercial aviation deaths, attacked the news media, and proclaimed he has a bigger nuclear button than does the leader of North Korea. President Trump, keep using that Twitter, man. You are doing great things. We will be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Phillips, founder of the Green Earth. How many times have you gone into a health food store and are confused as to the many different brands and prices of the same herbal supplements? You want to buy the cheapest, but you're afraid that you're the best. Buy the most expensive. Truth is, the cheapest may be better. Green Earth herbal supplements are all manufactured in our Wheat Ridge, Colorado plant at 4565 Tiffany Street using the highest quality herbs that we source from all over the world. Our 150 different herbal supplements are the most potent and safest in America. Our guarantee is your money back, no time limit. Just return the bottle empty or full, no questions asked. So when you come to our new location, look for our new name, New Genesis Health, or call us at 888-765-HERB. That's 888-765-4372.
Do not believe every spirit, but test the spirit, whether they are God, because many false prophets have gone into the world. By this you will know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have already heard is coming, and is now already in the world. John 4:1.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. Not all men are created equal. That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. This is the American News Network.
Chaplain Collins LLC police are emergency first responders with their professionalism and administration. They're willing to put their lives on the line for us of little or no thanks. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. Also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is from Chaplain Collins LLC, the 10 locations in Denver and Fort Collins. Serving the community for over 13 years. Visit online at chaplaincollins.com.
If catastrophe struck with your family, be prepared. Are you confident you won't react in a panic? Is there one place to get all of your emergency supplies? Ferris Survival encourages you to have confidence through preparation, not panic through crisis. Ferris Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, realistic preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Ferris Survival.
my friends, you get real truth from me, of course. You get real truth from Michelle Malkin. You get real truth from Sean Hannity. You get real truth from Joe Concha. Here they are, talking about fake news yesterday. Go. Here we go again, my friends. Technology fights back. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Item from the Daily Caller: a California man suspected of stabbing a fellow diner last month is an illegal immigrant who's been deported previously 7 times, a spokesman for Immigration and Customs Enforcement tells the Daily Caller. The suspect, Eulalio Minis Orozco, allegedly was captured on surveillance cameras on December 21st, getting up from his table while eating and brutally stabbing a fellow diner in the neck at Lola's Supermarket in the Santa Rosa area. Orozco was arrested by local authorities December 28th. Orozco is also known as Ricardo Velasquez Romero, according to ICE. ICE placed the detainer on Velasquez on December 28th in connection to a stabbing that occurred in Santa Rosa, California, ICE spokesman James Schwab told the D.C. Unquote. So the message I want to put out to all the liberals out there who are in favor of sanctuary states: do you want to sit next to this piece of garbage in a restaurant? Do you want to bring more pieces of garbage like him into America? Well, if you want more pieces of garbage around you, why not simply move to Mexico? Live there among the trash. But don't filth up America. Let's take a break and we'll be back.
United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. He was in the world was made through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. But as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 10 through 13. The American Freedom Network is not funded or supported by special interest groups or government programs. The American Freedom Network is not sponsored by advertisers demanding content or programming control. The American Freedom Network is solely funded by you, the listener. Please help keep the American Freedom Network on the air by purchasing one of our sponsors' fine products or by calling 1-800-205-6245 to make a donation. The American Freedom Network needs your help. American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little ones at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228.
All right, folks, we're going to continue, but before we do, I want to bring this to you. This just got posted online from USA Today. When I say just, I mean probably in the last half an hour. From USA Today, the political debate over the fate of so-called dreamers, undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children, has overlooked just how many there are in the country today. About 3.6 million. Unquote. Now, my friends, this takes me by surprise because the number I've always heard on TV is 800,000, which is bad enough. 3.6 million? That's the size of some nations. My friends, they've got to go. I don't care who wants to be humane. I don't care who wants to be loving and welcoming. No, they need to go. If they won't go, they need to be jailed. One way or another, we can't simply start importing entire populations into this country, especially populations who, in the main, not completely, but in the main, have little education, training, and by the way, aren't used to living in the first world. They're from the third world. So the 3.6 million dreamers, they go. Here is Newt Gingrich talking about the media feeding frenzy, the hysteria, when Donald Trump's health report was issued yesterday in the White House briefing room. They went ape, trying to find something, anything they could use against the president. Newt Gingrich and the Sean Hannity radio show. Go.
The question is by your corrupt media.
All right, you know what? I want to hear what those three very different things are. So I'm going to break my own rule. When we come back, we'll have 4 minutes left. I'm going to use those 4 minutes to continue to play this video. Newt Gingrich, Sean Hannity, trying to figure out why the dirtbags in the Washington press corps don't care about what's good for America. Don't care what's good for Americans. They care what's good about themselves. Being said nice things about at cocktail parties inside the Beltway. Getting big fat contracts from the major media outlets. Getting big fat book deals. And if America burns while they're doing all that, well, they're okay with that because, after all, they're liberals and they're better than you and me. We'll be right back.
Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the person or thing to be seized.
The Lord is the counsel of the nation's beloved. He makes the plan.
I still got a cold. I got chest congestion, a little bit of a sore throat remaining. What do you care? Thank you for the sympathy.
He has chosen at his own spirit. Psalm 33, verses 10 through 12.
Chaplain Collins LLC salutes our emergency first responders for their professionalism and bravery. They're willing to put their lives on the line for us with little or no thanks. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. Also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is from Chaplain Collins LLC, with 2 locations in Denver and Fort Collins, serving the community for over 13 years. This is online at chaplaincollins.com. Piccolos Restaurant in Denver with over 750,000 children over 40 last year. Over 58,000 of these were accepted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters to play. If you see any competition, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolos Restaurant in Denver. It not only does the town in it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166.
All right, guys, we've got 4 minutes left. Let's use 3 of those minutes to continue listening to Newt Gingrich and Sean Hannity. Go. By the way, my friends, yeah, we're done. We got only a few seconds left. The Democrats Hillary Clinton perpetrated the worst scandal, the worst corruption in the history of this country. Now, if you voted for Hillary, and I know most people in Colorado did, well, you've got a lot of penance to do for being criminally stupid, as I like to say. Well, here's how you do that penance. I want you to take a vow right now. Not to me, take a vow to God that you will never be so stupid again that you vote for a Democrat. If you will take that vow, I am confident that God will forgive you for your brainless activities last November. But if you still think, well, I'm really a Democrat, I always vote Democrat, then you got major problems. Major problems. All right, we're done. I'll be back on Monday, my friends. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay angry.